Jake Hendricks wiped the grease from his hands with a worn rag, his eyes fixed on the approaching transport vessel as it descended toward the landing pad of New Frontier Colony. His heart hammered against his ribs. After 6 months of correspondence, through the Intergalactic Marriage Bureau, today he would finally meet Sarah. The colony's dusty streets buzzed with unusual activity. Word had spread that the transport carried more than just supplies and mail-order brides. Apparently, it also housed the first diplomatic delegation from the Cathera Empire, humanity's newest and most mysterious alien allies. Jake adjusted his cleanest flannel shirt and ran a hand through his sandy hair. At 32, he'd spent the last decade keeping the colony's machinery running, from atmospheric processors to mining equipment. Good with his hands, terrible with people, especially women. The arranged marriage service had seemed like his only shot at companionship on this remote frontier world. The transport's engines whined to a stop and the boarding ramp lowered with a mechanical hiss. Jake clutched the printed photo of Sarah, a petite blonde with kind eyes, and stepped forward with the other expectant colonists. The first passengers emerged, a few gruff miners returning from leave, a nervous-looking teacher, and then the mail-order brides. Jake scanned their faces eagerly, but Sarah wasn't among the 3 human women who descended the ramp. Then the Cathera delegation appeared. Jake's jaw dropped. The aliens were magnificent, humanoid but clearly built for a heavier world. The lead figure stood nearly 8 feet tall, with midnight blue skin that seemed to shimmer in the afternoon sun. Intricate silver markings traced geometric patterns across her muscular arms and face. Her hair was white as starlight, braided with metal ornaments that chimed softly as she moved. She carried herself with the confident grace of a warrior, yet her large violet eyes held an intelligence that suggested depths Jake could barely imagine. When those eyes met his across the crowded landing pad, something electric passed between them. "Excuse me," came a melodic voice behind him. Jake turned to find a middle-aged colonial administrator approaching the alien delegation. "I'm looking for the Cathera marriage liaison. We have some documentation issues." The towering alien woman stepped forward. "I am Czar Thessa of House Corvin. You may call me Thessa." Her voice was rich and warm with only the slightest accent. "I believe there has been, what do you humans call it? A mix-up." Jake's world tilted sideways. A mix-up? Thessa's violet gaze found his again, and to his amazement she looked almost shy. This mountain of an alien warrior was somehow nervous. "The Intergalactic Marriage Bureau," she explained, her voice gaining strength, "experienced a computer error. My diplomatic mission paperwork became confused with personal correspondence. I have been writing to someone named Jake Hendricks for 6 months, believing him to be a potential Cathera suitor interested in interspecies union." The administrator consulted his tablet, frowning. "And you are Jake Hendricks?" Jake stared up at Thessa, his mind reeling. All those messages he'd thought were from Sarah. The discussions about engineering, the shared love of starship mechanics, the deep conversations about life among the stars. "You wrote all those letters?" Thessa nodded, her silver markings seeming to pulse with embarrassment. "I found your perspective fascinating. Your passion for keeping complex systems functional, your dedication to your community, your humor in the face of isolation. In Cathera culture, these are highly valued traits. But you're—" Jake gestured helplessly at her impressive height and clearly alien appearance. "Twice your size, yes." Thessa's expression grew guarded. "If this arrangement is unacceptable—" "No!" The word burst from Jake's lips before he could stop it. Several colonists turned to stare. He lowered his voice, stepping closer to Thessa, despite having to crane his neck to meet her eyes. "I mean, those letters. That was really you. The person who understood why I love fixing things, who laughed at my terrible jokes about fusion coils." A smile tugged at the corner of Thessa's mouth. "Your joke about the photon coupling was actually quite sophisticated." Jake felt a grin spreading across his face. You're the one who suggested that modification to the atmospheric scrubbers. It increased efficiency by 15%. You implemented my design? Thessa's eyes lit up with genuine pleasure. Implemented it and improved on it, Jake said proudly. I've been hoping to show Sarah. He shook his head, laughing at the absurdity of it all. I've been hoping to show you the workshop. Around them, the other colonists were beginning to drift away, their initial curiosity satisfied. The real drama, they seemed to sense, was just beginning. Thessa knelt on one knee, bringing her face closer to Jake's level. Even kneeling, she was still taller than him. Jake Hendricks, she said formally, I am here on a diplomatic mission that will last 1 year. During this time, if you are willing, I would very much like to continue our courtship, to see if what we built in words can exist in person. Jake looked into those violet eyes and saw the same intelligence, humor, and kindness that had captivated him in their correspondence. The fact that it came in a package he'd never expected seemed suddenly irrelevant. I'd like that, he said simply. But I have to warn you, I'm probably going to need a stepladder to kiss you. Thessa's laughter was like music, rich and joyful. In Kithara culture, the male traditionally lifts the female. Well then, Jake said, his confidence growing, I guess I better start working out. As they walked toward the colony together, Jake, having to take 2 steps for every one of hers, he realized that sometimes the best things in life came in packages you never expected. And sometimes the universe had a sense of humor that put even his fusion coil jokes to shame. The mail order. Bride he'd been expecting might not have arrived, but something far more extraordinary had taken her place.